Birthday Hawa, birthday Hawa Shai, birthday Hawa Shai, call volume Wahawa, hey now Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashim Kokodash, bless you Yahweh, bless you in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Spirit Holy. All praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, in the Hebrew, which I uttered in the Lashma Kodash, which is the Holy Tongue. Of course, giving double honors to the elder apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone who well, peace and salutation to the elect, the first fruits, the choicest parts, that whom the Lord is going to have mercy upon, starting with the prophets of the 144,000 number, 12,000 men of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, equating to 144,000 collectively. And you have a remnant as well of the 1/3 who are no prophets, which are men, women, and children, which shall be delivered as well. All right. Most as and these women, just to speak on, they're gonna be, or really all them women that of the elect. I mean, most part. There's ways, of course, other sanctified women and such, but most women are gonna be paired up with like man. Simple as that. Okay, simple as that. And I already can feel it through the spirit. There's definitely a change that's going on in the world and such. Me that am being I've been in the truth since 2017 May, and we speak about these prophecies of Isaiah 4:1, which, if you're not familiar with that prophecy, hey, let's get acquainted with it. I'll read it. Most brothers should know of this prophecy. It's one of the prophecies which is going to bring together the elect too. The majority of the elect, there's going to be a lot of women. Okay, that great peaceable multitude is going to be many women. All right, that's going to be delivered, paired with elect men, whom, of course, the woman being saved in childbearing is going to bring forth back the nation of Israel, because we know two parts are going to get cut off and die here in America. All right, wicked Israelites, so-called Negroes, I see what's in the Americans, and wicked Israelite foreigners that Lord just gonna bring down judgment upon. They gotta come back, of course, in the kingdom to be righteous. So, of course, the Lord have it ordained that they come back via the loins of the elect. All right, righteous, because the elect, they're gonna be made, clean and in the twinkle of an eye, as the scriptures do speak about. Get the new bodies, which have the law, statutes, commandments written on their inner parts, which will be perfect, and with perfection, there's no going off, meaning no sin, and it's all perfection, no corruption. All right, within the elect. Now, I'm gonna get Isaiah chapter 4:1. This is just through the spirit. And I'll give a brief little testimony of yesterday occurrence. And this is Isaiah chapter 4:1. As he says, a remnant prepared. Okay, remnant going to the rest, or remainder. Okay, which is speaking about the elect. All right. And in that day, the day that we're referring to is the days of Jacob trouble. Okay, the time before the Lord's second coming, which is in the midst of it. You're gonna have all hell is gonna break loose, and that's very soon. That's not really tarrying much. Just you have to wait for it and such. Okay, this is Jeremiah chapter 31 and let me see if it's 31 and 8 or Jeremiah chapter 30 and 8. It's been a while. Hold up, since I've been into this. 30:7. I thought it was. Yeah. So it says here, it says in verse 6, it says, Ask ye now, Jeremiah 30:6, ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, being afraid. All right. The times in which we're coming in are going to be unlike any other. Okay. It speaks about it in the book of, I believe, Daniel, the 12th chapter. If I'm not mistaken, it speaks about, this is Daniel chapter 12 and 1. And it says, and at that time, okay, which I'm gonna hold back and just continue to read first. It says, alas, that for that day is great, for that day is great. Slakia just means pardon me, or forgive me. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. The elect, all right. It starts obviously decently in order, all right. Well, with the man, okay. The man is the head of the woman, okay. So in Yaquab Tazarah, Yaquab being Jacob, representing you Israelite men, 12,000 men out of each of the 12 tribes of Israel, starting with you prophets, that is. And of course you can have a 1/3 remnant, and you can have men that's in that remnant, okay, as well, that are no prophets that's going to be delivered too. All right, but mainly most of the pairing up is the men with the women, all right, elect men, okay. It's going to be a time of Jacob's distress, okay, Jacob's trouble, but all the other nations will be in the midst of it, and the Lord is going to bring forth hell, really a worse hell than what you already experiencing on earth, all right, because this is hell, all right, for us, a condition in which, hey, we have to deal with despair, a lack of things, and of course, infirmities, etc. All right, you have terrible times that's coming, and obviously, women being creatures of comfort, they're definitely gonna be seeking men for protection and comfort. All right, from the distress that they're gonna experience. All right. So let me get also Daniel 12. So speaking about that particular day, which is Jacob trouble. All right. It says, in that time shall Michael stand up. This is be the archangel Michael. All right. Which is Micah Allah in Hebrew. Micah Allah. All right. Maya meaning who. Ka'Allah is like, as or like the power of God. All right, broken down in the Hebrew. All right, I just broke it down for you. Okay, and that's an archangel. Okay, stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. The people of the Lord are the children of Israel. All right, and really stand up the children of thy people. When you look even that up, stand Ya'imad, which is shall stand up, and you have Micah Allah, which means Michael, Hashar, which is prince, the prince, and you got Ha Godwalla is great, and you have Ha Imad, which Imad is standeth again, which standeth ill upon or above, what that are for in this case. Bunya, all right, which is sons in the Hebrew. Really, you got children, but bun meaning going into sons. All right, right, bunya, okay, sons, okay, which you men, right, okay, of thy people. All right, and of course the women being linked with the man, of course, will, hey, you got protection too. Okay. You have women that the Lord is going to protect just based on the fact of predestination. All right, sanctified. Okay. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, the elect, for everyone that shall be found written in the book. All right, which the elect are written within the book. All right, of life. So, going back. To go back to original precept. Isaiah 4:1, that is. Isaiah chapter 4:1. So if you have a time that haven't been before, a time of trouble, distress, which is going to be unlike any other, and you of course can look back at the various captivities, the various dreadful events, it's going to be unlike no other. You have it where some women would actually bug out just at the sound of say for somebody like trying to just bang and open somebody's door, okay, or their door. What more when Jacob trouble come, when you have our troops and guards of men or loads of men that are going to be on the hunt, with no law out here. Okay, it's gonna be rough, and it's gonna be draconian times too. That's what we're moving into. So you mean harsh, severe laws and such is gonna be implemented. So of course, you're gonna have women. They're gonna be seeking protection. All right. And like I say, we Lord will, what I'm going to start to do, I'm going to Isaiah, I believe 2nd Esdras 15 and 16 chapter, because that illustrates the time. It says, in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. Now, taking hold is going to be with strength. Okay, it's not going to be something light. These women, when they get with the elect men, they're going to do it with they're gonna be strong and firm, okay, resolute. Resolute goes into to be determined, purposeful, adamant, single-minded, unswerving. So it's not gonna be like there's an option. They're going to be adamant about it. Why? This is the book of Isaiah chapter 32 and 1 and 2. It says, and a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind being a destruction. Okay. And the Lord gonna have a heavy spirit of destruction out here. Okay, ultimately the nuclear destruction. All right, that destroying wind, which you read in Jeremiah the 51st chapter. All right, but a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind. Okay, you got Ayash, which is in the Hebrew, and shall be, or and be, Ayash's man. All right. You have Ka Ma Chaba, all right, which as is the Ka, and you have Machaba, which goes into a hiding place. Let's see if we break that down, because I'm no familiar. It goes back to Chaba, which Chaba, they got bosom, or Machaba for bosom, or hiding place. Like if you had, like somebody, a woman's bosom, it can discreetly hide things within. Well, a man is going to be how a woman is going to hide herself, because she's going to be covered under the man. Okay, simple as that. He's the heat. All right. Withdraw, hide, forced into hiding. Okay. And by force, women are going to be forced into hiding. The prophecies themselves being so heavy in gravity, there's going to force women, the elect women, to repent and get with an elect man, all right, of the Lord. Okay, simple as that. Okay, it says in a covert from the tempest, the storm, and it's going to be a major storm of prophecy, a major storm of events, dreadful events that's going to be going down. All right, you don't want to be alone anyway. You ain't gonna be alone. Do you think you want to be alone when a storm come through, a hurricane, and need somebody to lift you out of a place that is very very claustrophobic or hard? You unable to get out by yourself. Hey, that's why women, they're gonna be in a position where they're gonna be forced to be with a man. All right, simple as that. All right, because of the times will require it. Okay, it says as rivers of waters in a dry place. River of waters, okay, in a dry place. Hey, that's a very precious commodity if you had a river in a dry place like a desert, which be difficult to get water. All right, acquisition of water in a desert, you have a person losing their mind. Well, women are gonna lose their mind to get with, the man with the living waters within him, the truth. All right. It says, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land. Let's look up, obviously, the word for shadow is to be tazal. Let's see. Shadow is tazal, which would be, of course, shadow meaning protection. All right. And you have riri, which is ayap in the Hebrew, which means a very exalted, weary, faint, faint. And that land to be here, hey, America and wherever, because this whole place is gonna be hit with the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai's judgment. Okay, but a woman is gonna need to be with a man of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and going to desire to want to be with a man, all right, for that protection. All right, it's gonna be very exalted. The place gonna be deed. All right, it's already running down anyway already. Okay, it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna see the women, they literally gonna, like I said, they're gonna know where you at, and they're gonna get you, and they're gonna refuse to leave. Simple as that. Obviously, we'll have the power, but it's gonna be by force that these women are gonna want to take hold. Okay, but it's all, of course, like I said, if a woman is the elect, hey, she's gonna be sore. And she's gonna be rigid. And if it's for, obviously it's Lord will, that she is chosen, she's gonna be and remain. All right, simple as that. Okay, so let's because it says to prevail. Okay, so let's go back. And it says and in that day 7 women, meaning a complete amount of women. It is lawful for a man to have more than one woman. Okay, it's a whole nother lesson for another time. Okay, the men of the Lord, obviously, when you go obviously into our ancient customs, in us as Israelites had multiple wives, okay, and concubines as well, lesser wives, secondary wives. And in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. All right, but women on the flip side are to have one man. Simple as that. At least lest they'll be obviously defiled. Okay, which many of her women have been defiled. They're no virgins no more. They had multiple partners and have lived promiscuous lifestyles, but they will, the elect women will be repenting and will be delivered. Okay, and they're going to be covered by the elect men. Okay, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. Their reproach is their sin. Pardon. Okay, which they would be shameful of. Okay, of course, in the time of judgment, you're gonna reflect on who you were and who you are. Okay, and it's gonna be clear. All right, what you gotta do. Okay, the answer is within the brothers with the truth. All right, so hey, in that time, we ain't gonna have to give that admonishment like I have been doing for quite a bit. And other brothers, obviously, starting with apostles and elders, great millstone, telling women you gotta get with a man of the Lord. Like a lot of times, even right now during these times, you tell a woman, like we make these lessons like now, women get with a man of the Lord. You don't see women knocking down the door to try to be with a brother in the camp. Okay, at this time, all right. But in that season, that time, hey, you know, he gonna know. All right, if anybody was playing around, because like I say, most times, obviously, women, you know, they're not really serious about this truth. You know, as obviously a man, all right, is okay. Like we actually out there on the battlefield and such, you know, subjecting ourselves, you know, due to this furnace of affliction that we're going through, this hell, the straight gate. Okay, we're on the front runners. We're like church fathers. We are you know, as it going to the first fruits. Okay, that start with the men. Okay, Lord willing, we as we putting on the hopeful elect. But yeah, we're not gonna have to say this as an admonishment anymore. They're gonna know. All right. They're gonna pull and be called to action. All right. So yeah, and they're not gonna be a like you have the modern day woman right now, which I'll bring into this testimony. I believe this was yesterday. You had a woman. I was at work and you know, I was doing a job and pretty much you know, the woman, like most women, they're independent these days, but you know, you got women these days, they may look at a man of pretty decently, but still carry westernized beliefs, and you know, still with ideology of just like, okay, I want to maybe possibly hook up with a guy and keep doing my own single thing, and you know, have just my daughter that I had with a previous guy, and you know, just live, you know, their so-called best life. But that those days are coming to an end. Yeah, I believe this. I was at a property doing this particular job. Woman, you know, came out. You know, the particular thing needed to be corrected. I was obviously, you know, on my professional business, and I obviously keep things professional, and you know, because women, like I say, they try to, of course, and then even men, they'll try to manipulate themselves out of things. But you know, hey, we Yiquab, so we meaning Jacob, we supplant. You know, so hey, I was wise as a serpent, and on the right hand side, you know, where a woman would try to, you know, offer, like for example, in this case, you know, like you have it, like you have different bribes or gifts. Gifts would be going out or things, but you know, I'm no for hire. You know, and I'm a man of integrity. You know, of course, there's use the word, not abuse it, but you know, I'm just a professional type individual, and you know, a lot of times women can tell that, but still, there's a spirit. There's a hedge about us where, you know, a wicked woman ain't gonna be able to get no no you know, maintain a hopeful elect man. All right, Lord will not be elect. So anyway, you know, I believe what ended up happening, the chick actually, when I actually asked about her whole status, she said she's single, etc. She told me that I should be in that. Am I in that phase? I'm in that phase of dating and etc. And I'm telling her no. and I never been in that whole phase of that, and that's a shocker to many because most people, they live these lives where they're pretty much running about on the YOLO or you only live once type of time or something, and they say me, I've never been like the one to be on a waste time, tip, even you had the opportunity to, let your, as we say, rocks off, or as team, like get your rocks off. Hey, you got to be careful in that. You can get your rocks off, and you can you could be in a whole world of trouble, beyond STIs. But apparently this chick had some type of like some event they were gonna have, and she referred another chick to me, but the other chick is like a sorority girl, and hey, them girls are pretty out there and such. I'll just leave it like that, and they looking to be wine and dine, and even the chick I was talking to that referred her friend to me, she pretty much just tried to, like, they decided whether they're gonna deal. Do you got money? Basically, oh, you got money, this, that, you this, you got this title, and that's how women measure men's value in these times. At least these females, I'll say, because women are really mean servant. But in that time, these women are gonna come to us, not even requiring that. We will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Okay, only let us be called by thy name, which that would mean that they would want to be our women. Okay, to take away our approach. So obviously that will happen due to act of sex, which sex means marriage or makes marriage, or consummates a marriage. All right. So that's what we have in store. With these perilous times. So going back to this here, 7 women shall take hold of one man, which you have, of course, the elder brother in our camp. He under his YouTube page, Elect Endure, or you can check obviously also on, if he posted on Great Millstone Plain Tables Philly, or Plain Tables Camp of Philly. He made a response, but it says 7. This is the elder brother Mwanga Bar. If Slakia, pardon me, I'm not sure if Amwanga Bar goes by the title of elder at this time, but Amwanga Bar, which is the the brother had been in the truth for quite a bit in their main camp, but he has a page, GMS Awakening 144 Ha Amawan Gabar, and it says 7 women shall take hold of one man will happen soon, and it will take place on this side. And because you also have women out there, like I've had a woman that I pretty much I was told of by a coworker that is involved with the group IUIC. Okay, and she said that this prophecy doesn't. I think she said that this prophecy doesn't happen till the kingdom or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But in the kingdom, the elect women, the complete amount of women that we're gonna be with, they would not have any reproach, because remember, they will be perfect, okay, in the kingdom. So it would have to happen before, because there won't be no reproach or shame on the woman that is of the elect in the kingdom. All right, so that's just confusion, and it also shows how unstudious some of these followers of these different Hebrews like groups are. Because something as simple as that, reading comprehension, and actually understanding precept upon precept, would it give you that answer? Simple as that conclusion. All right, but hey, some people, tailor, or some groups, actually, a lot of groups tailor towards women being in high roles within churches, etc., and having power. But women ain't supposed to usurp no power, and that also goes with prophecy. Okay, of course, chiefly prophecy. Hell yeah, you know, you got women that want to tell what the prophecies actually mean, and she's supposed to learn from her husband at home. And remember, she's been deprived of wisdom and understanding. So you know that has been that hasn't been that's been that hasn't been imparted onto her. Okay, that's been imparted to us men first. Okay, so hey, that's how that go. But it's gonna happen soon. It's gonna happen on this side. You know, with all that's going on in prophecy, and I can already feel it. You know, hey, I already Lord setting things up, man. You know, for brothers and stuff, and we increasing. You know, so you know, it's amazing how the Lord works. You know, but yeah, I mean that's pretty much it through the Spirit. You know, we're not into you know, I'm not sure brothers into just taking chicks out and playing that game of try to impress her to win her, but like, you know, us brothers, some brothers like a person like me, you know, hey, like hey, I got that mindset like some of them they say they're whoremongers though, but you got some whoremongers, they would say with your pimps, they would say I like what like me. But also we like what we like too, you know, but hey, you know, hey, if it's easy, hey, that's for me, you know, and hey, in the time that we're coming in, like I say, it's gonna be easy, cause they gonna grab, they trying to grab us, you know, and we, like I said, it ain't like we gonna be running to, oh, I need a girl. No, they gonna be running for us. All right, we're the warriors. We're the men of virtue. We got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're gonna be stable. All right. So, hey, men, continue to be virtuous in this truth. Keep girding up thy loins like a man, you know, and know, of course, your worth. Scriptures also, I'll get this one too. Pardon, I forgot this. Isaiah chapter 13. All right, it says in verse strange how I feel like I can't remember the scriptures. Isaiah chapter 13 and 12. And I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. All right, more than the precious gold of America that hey, King Solomon would send, of course, you know, subjugates, like different of the Hamites, navy, like Hiram, etc., to get gold from over here in the West, in America, Ophir. The Lord's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold. All right, so even more precious than fine gold that's already refined, or paz, which is refined gold, or pure gold. If we're more even valuable than pure gold, hey, we will be in. Like I say, ain't money can not put a dollar amount on how treasured we are, or precious we are, all right, and will be, all right, because we're going through that process. If you said I will make, that means we're going through a process, okay? And I'll get that in another lesson, because I got another lesson going into the refining process. But that's it through the Spirit, okay? So brothers, of course, I hope, you know, you of the hopeful elect are edified. Watch these videos. You know, if you can see, Lord willing, I'll put a link in the description box. But all praise to the Yahweh Shemashai, Shem HaKadosh, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the elect. Shalom to the next time.